All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for coming out for a Tuesday talk, and we appreciate the large turnout. It's good to see everybody. So here we are, end of June, last Tuesday talk of June, getting ready to mark the July 4th holiday and halfway through our year. It is hard to believe that it is already July. So first up this morning, Johanna Guzik has an auction here to benefit a couple of our supportive organizations. Johanna, I'm turning it over to you.
Proceeds of this to go to the Scholarship Fund and to the Employee Gift Fund and to ROVA. Those were her wishes that each one of those would share in this. So I'm going to start with basket number 4. It's dill pickles, blueberry jam, peach jam, and triple berry jam.
Pick ours, baby.
She's picking a good one there, I think.
Sticky.
Okay, Betty Evans. Next one is zucchini pickles, blueberry jam, raspberry jam, and mint jelly. Pick one for Doris. Judy Studebaker, you spend a lot, you get a lot. She bought a lot of tickets. Okay, number 3 is bread and butter pickles, blueberry jam, triple berry jam, and strawberry jam. Pick a good one. Your friends are counting on it. Oh, it's mine. All this work for something. And, okay, we'll come down here and we're going to do...
Johanna.
Oh, did that come out of here? Yes. We'll put it back. Right there. Terrific. Okay. This is bread and butter pickles, blueberry jam, strawberry jam, and peach jam.
Oh, yummy.
And it's Cora Pittock. So Cora spent a lot of money. She got it too. Terrific. Thank you all. And all of those funds, thank you very much.
How much did we raise? Don't know. Got a lot of IOUs here.
All right.
I want to thank Johanna for all her hard work in selling this thing. It's not going to be a lot of money for any of the 3, but it's appreciated by all. Thank you, Johanna.
All right, next up with an update on the Solanaires is Carol Timmons.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Solanaires. First, let me tell you that we're all Solanaires. And most of our residents here know that we are that, but our newcomers find this very interesting. The Regency Oak Solanaires were organized in 2002. So we're coming up on our 20th anniversary next year. The Solanaires took its name from the salons and the drawing rooms of the French aristocrats in the 17th century. It was a place for entertainment and the exchange of ideas. The original host of these salons were mostly women. The most immediate predecessor to the present-day Solanaires was the Algonquin Round Table. In 1919, the New York Times drama critic Alexander Wolcott started a lunch table at the Algonquin Hotel. Most of the Round Table members were critics. As they had lunch, they exchanged ideas and gossip, which usually found its way into the news columns in the paper the next day. For the glorious decades beginning in June of 1919, members' opinions and writing strongly influenced young writers like Fitzgerald and Hemingway, and these luncheons were sometimes hosted by Gertrude Stein. At the present time, our meetings are held on the first Monday of the month with 2 exceptions. We don't meet in the months of July and August, and the second exception is in September. The meeting is held on the second Monday because Labor Day holds the honor of the first Monday. When the Solanaires first began, the attendance was low according to the records, and there was only 10 to maybe 20 people in attendance. And in 2010, the numbers of attendees started to improve, and by 2014, the number was up to 70 to 90 attendees. The Solanaires programs consist of a short business meeting, followed by a program that is developed and performed by your fellow Solanaires. The programs may be of a variety type or built around a theme. These programs may include music, singing, dancing, reading of poetry, skits, audience participation, general information, trivia, joke telling, and so on. From the things I mentioned, we invite anyone to share their ideas. Perhaps you would like to develop a program, write a skit that can be done by an individual or by a few of you who would like to brainstorm. If you have any talent you would like to share, maybe you would like to sing or play an instrument or tell some stories, you can always call me directly. In the past, the Solanaires also presented programs in the town hall that played for 4 nights. Hopefully, we would like to go back to that type of performance when the new town hall opens. Before I close, I'd like to tell you that we've been looking forward to nominating new officers for the 2022. If anyone has any interest, you can call me. New officers would have the support system and all the guidance that you need. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you can call me. You can always call me with any questions, and my number is in the registry, or 266-4436. Thank you.
I was negligent in bringing the show and tell, but I did remember this week. I took copious notes. And Earl, come on up and join me. We're going to present some show and tell. You have something new?
No, actually, what I have is just the way of manipulating this. And let's say for this one right here, I'm going to turn it on.
And just Earl.
I'm going
Yep.
to turn this
There you
one
go.
on,
Perfect.
and I'll turn it off. But there are different degrees that you can have with this.
We can't hear you.
I'll talk a little louder. For example, here's one, and then here's another, here's another, here's another, then we'll just turn it off. Okay, that's a simple puck. And what you have on the back side of that,
I did that well, just like Vanna would have done it, right? Yeah.
on the back side of this, I'm showing you what you have. I'm doing it again, right? On the back side, you can place this on here, and you can place it on the wall. I have them 5 years old that are inside of my closet, and every once in a while I have to change the batteries. But that's how I can go to it when the power goes out. This next one is a different. This next one is a different puck. Fill this veil of toilets. Okay, I'm going to turn this one on. Hopefully. Oops, that one went on. That's
Hold on.
Okay, now I can do something with this one also, different size, different ways. But what's important about this is that when you have these in your home, you just keep this by your bed, and when you get up, you can click it.
Can't hear you.
You can click it when you get up, and you can find your way around. And these come in 5 in a pack, and these come in 6 in a pack. So it's depending on how much money you want to spend and where you want to put it. But this is just kind of like, I don't know.
Colors.
Yeah, you can, on this one, what I do with this one, when we come into the bedroom at night, I have this blue, all the lights are out, I have the blue light on, and that's magnetic there, this thing. And I have the blue light on, and I can go in and not wake her up, or she wakes me up, and then just tap this from the top of our head post, and it's out. That's all. The one I have here, someplace, I think I put it over here. This is my hanger. You can hang this any place. And on the back side of this is a magnetic piece that you can put it up against your refrigerator. You can put it almost any place you want to that's magnetic. Would you hold this for just a second? And on this, I'm going to turn this on. And you have a pretty good bright light, and then off, and then this, and I got a light down here to go walking with. So these are the kind of things that can be an assistance when the power goes out, and eventually this is going to happen. So think about it. You can get all this on Amazon, and just think about puck lights. That's the way I'd start if I were you, and then you can expand that to whatever you want, basically. And that's all I have to say about that.
Thank you.
All right, great job. Here to the screen. All right, so this is odds and ends, and it's not too much COVID related. COVID numbers continue to look good across the campus, both in terms of the number of cases. We are still zero. We are in week 27 without a resident case. That takes us all the way back to January 9th. So our positivity rates in Florida are at 3%, a little bit better in Pinellas County. So again, we continue to work really well with our COVID results. Two maybe interesting updates. The COVID vaccines are now available on demand at Regency Oaks. We did transfer from the Johnson & Johnson single shot to the Moderna vaccine. So they are available for new residents coming in or individuals who somehow, that 3% who somehow missed the first or chose not to participate in the first vaccine. If they've had a change of heart and they've said, gosh, all my neighbors have had it and they didn't die, maybe I won't die as well. So if you still want the opportunity to get the COVID vaccine, it is available here at Regency Oaks through our clinical team. And it's the Moderna brand. All right, next slide.
Can you get the test here also?
Yeah, yes and no. So here's what we're doing right now is I have available for anyone who needs it a rapid test, and so that's the test. It's a nasal low nasal passage test. It's the RDF brand, and if we suspect that you might have COVID, we can do an elimination. It gives us our results in 5 to 15 minutes. We know instantly. If you need the more extensive COVID test, the curative test, because you're looking for the presence of antibodies or antigens or active COVID virus, that you're not going to pick up on a rapid test. So you have to go external to get the COVID curative test. But if you just need the rapid test as a process of elimination, absolutely we can do that here. So this morning I just have 2 or 3 slides that I want to talk about what's going on in the dining room. I hear an awful lot of complaints about the bamboo utensils on the salad bar.
Emphasis on boo.
And so I know you hate them. Ricky knows you hate them. And so, but I wanted to give you a little background to maybe help understand why we are using the the bamboo. It is CDC recommended. It's the only thing we're currently authorized to use by CMS. But ideally, the very best form of utensil is a plastic utensil. And it's not because it's so sanitary, it's because it's disposable. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense for the salad bar where we'd be getting rid of tongs every time a new resident came through. So the very best is plastic. Again, it's not because of the material, it's because they're disposable after each and every use. Next slide. There are a lot of things that go into the CDC and CMS decision on why bamboo as opposed to wood, fabric, stainless steel, plastic, all the other options. And here's just a little bit of what they're looking at. They're looking at the prevalence rate in the community, the amount of virus-infected people expel that is primarily reduced by wearing masks. That's the number one deterrent to the spread of the virus because we know it is airborne. The deposition of expelled virus particles onto surfaces, that's called a formite, and it's affected by the airflow and ventilation. Now there's a lot to unpack in that sentence. And airflow and ventilation will start there. When you're in a confined room like our dining rooms with massive overhead, more than one air duct, there are multiple air ducts, then we start worrying about airflow and circulation and how far a cough, a sneeze, or a formite can spread just through air circulation and airflow. And so that's part of what enters into our ability to be less restrictive in our salad bar and utensils. Interaction with environmental factors, heat and evaporation, they cause the virus particles to form. The time between when a surface becomes contaminated and when a person touches the surface, all materials are not equal, and I have a slide on that. The efficiency of the transference of virus from formite surface to hands and hands to mucous membranes on the face, nose, mouth, and eyes. So here's what we absolutely know about COVID. COVID is an airborne disease. It is spread primarily person to person. It is possible that the disease can be spread from surfaces where I have COVID, I sneeze into my hand, I touch something, you come along and touch what I have touched, and that mucus transmission through formites is possible, but it is not likely. It is the CDC has made multiple rulings on this. It's pretty darn clear that that's not going to be how you're going to contract COVID. So the question is, well, if that's the case, why are we still using bamboo? Other than the environmental factors, here's the other variant that we have to take into effect. We know with pretty much certainty that that's not how COVID is spread. The CDC is not able, with that same level of confidence, able to say that about the variants. And so until we have more data, that's why the CDC has been hesitant and slow to return to stainless or plastic utensils. Next slide. So the coronavirus survival on surfaces, the virus typically does not like to live on surfaces that have a lot of holes or microscopic little grooves, nooks, or crannies. It likes surfaces that are very smooth, like doorknobs. And so here is the average estimated survival time for the coronavirus on various materials. Glass is 5 days, wood is 4 days, plastic and stainless steel, that's what we used to use on the salad bar, is 3 days, cardboard is 24 hours, and copper surfaces are about 4 hours. Bamboo is better than all of those. It is the quickest amount of time for the surface to disappear off of the bamboo surface. And the scientists are not entirely sure, or I have not seen a full explanation as to why, but we do know that bamboo is a natural substance. It has the ability to absorb waters, minerals, oils. You know that bamboo stains. If you've ever had a piece of bamboo furniture, it's heat resilient and is much more effective against heat than any of these other products. And so that's why we're currently using bamboo. So here's my commitment to you. I know how much you hate it. But right now our option is bamboo or no salad bar. And I will continue to push and monitor. And Joe, no, you cannot use hands. But as soon as we get clearance, and we are pushing, as soon as we get clearance to go back to the plastic and the stainless steel, that's what we intend to do. Bamboo is a temporary solution that is allowing us to keep that salad bar open, and we're as anxious to get away from that as you are. All right, and the next slide is a fancy intro slide for Tiffany.
I love it. Round of applause to Corinne.
Round of applause.
Good morning. How is everyone? Perfect. I do have Miss Bobby Belcher with us. On Friday, we actually have our cruise, our informational in the town hall at 2 p.m. So please join us. We do have a travel agent that is orchestrating this whole ordeal for us. So they'll be your main point of I'm sorry? Ordeal. They will be organizing everything for us on the campus, so they will be your first point of contact. The cruise is to take place in 2023, so that gives you ample time to plan and get everything ready and get for January 2023. Correct. So please join us Friday at 2 p.m. in the town hall for the cruise information. And also on Thursday, we have our ice cream parade to kick off the 4th of July. So again, if you could meet us in the north, that's where we're starting the parade. And then we're just going to take a short little walk to the south. And then we're going to make our way to the town hall for the ice cream. It is being sponsored by Sylvan Abbey. So they will be bringing all the ice cream in, and they're going to have fun games and activities for you. But we would love to just kick off the 4th of July with a great parade and everyone in their festive outfits and with their flags and everything. So we would love to be able to have you here. And again, if you do not want to do the parade, that's fine. Cheer us on from your window or outside, and then meet us in the town hall. Thank you.
Big round of applause for our two residents who have been supporting us and helping us select new tavern chairs. Ladies, thank you very much. So we have 4 chairs that we're looking at, and they're samples. The first thing that I'd like you to know about the chairs is they're made by a manufacturer called Qual, and these are 100% plastic. They're resin dyed, which means that whatever the surface looks like is what the inside looks like. And so you cannot scratch them, you cannot scar them, you cannot nick them. If you do, the same surface appears throughout the body of the chair. They are fully 100% lifetime guarantee. I have been known to throw one and to kick at one and take a hammer to one. I've tried all of that with these chairs. I've broken other things with these chairs, but the chairs have not broken at all. 2 things before I turn it over and let the girls present the chairs. The first thing is that the plastic, the resin part of the chair, comes in multiple colors. It can have a wood-like finish here. It can be injected to be a pink, a blue, a green, whatever color you choose. and the selection of the green fabric. When they made the samples for us, the green was just what they had available in stock. So this is not a representation of the color or the grains that we would be looking at. This is only a presentation of the 4 different chair styles. I forgot to bring a mic. I'm going to go get a mic for you ladies, and then I'll let you present the 4 chairs.
When we looked at chairs, first of all, we were looking for chairs that could have rolling casters on both the front and the back, and they were not available in this fabric material. So, with that in mind, the ones that we picked, and we picked them just from a catalog, we had to choose something that we thought would be easy to slide back and forth in the garden room. That's the problem, is the garden room, because there's carpet in there. They'll all work fine in the main pub area. When we also looked at these, we tried to stay away from something that looked like a dining room chair, which it's hard to do. But that's why this one was selected. So if you're going to vote on anything, be sure you sit in them. The soft cover, this chair would be, in my opinion, hard to pull up because there's no arm on it. So if you have problems sitting at a table and you want to pull the seat up to the table, this is not an easy one to do. It also has a back that leans. So when you sit in this as a sample, be sure to think that you're sitting at a table to eat food, not to recline back. So if you're going to vote for this one, those 2 considerations should be made. So I'll talk about that one. This one also I want to talk about. I know a lot of you look at this and you love it, and it's probably because it's black. It's kind of outstanding. When Linda and I talk about this, and we think about the booth area in the garden room, we're not so sure that the curved arms aren't going to hit against each other in the booth area, since they do come out rounded as opposed to straight ahead. The good thing about all of them is their height is pretty good. We're not going to have to worry about cushions. That's what we want to get away from. So this is the seat you would be sitting on. There wouldn't be a cushion to come with it. And I'll let Linda talk about the other 2.
My particular choice, is this working? My particular choice is the short one, because it doesn't look like a dining room chair. It looks more casual for the tavern setting. It's comfortable to sit in. It has rounded arms, so you can't bang your arms on them as easily as the square one. This one we chose because it is a little higher, for a higher back. But those are my 2 choices. Now they're all labeled for your voting, and there's a sheet in the tavern to vote. This is chair number C. This is chair number D. This is chair number A. And this is chair number B. So there's a list with your name in the tavern, and you go to your name and choose one of these as your favorite after you've tried them out.
How long is voting? How long can you vote?
Through Friday.
Have they been tested with a table to make sure that the table and the chair height equal?
We've tested the height, which was good. What we were testing mostly was for the garden room to see if the chairs would slide easily.
I'm sorry.
They do not slide easily, but they are slidable.
So I want to add one other thing about this. When we did the tavern the first time, We used a different manufacturer for the table than we did for the chairs, and so they never really worked. We're using the same manufacturer, and so these tables are designed for these chairs.
So we won't have to sit on a cushion?
You won't need multiple cushions, that's the idea.
The
Well, we gotta
cushions?
replace the tables as well as the chairs.
Yes,
Because the tables are in terrible condition.
yeah. Tables and chairs, we're looking at the same product for the tables. It's the Qual brand, so it's completely stain, scratch resistance. We're purposely avoiding any decorative scrolling or any cleaning nightmares to just get a flat, cleanable surface that cannot be stained or damaged.
What about the light color as far as stains, if someone spills wine or anything else on the fabric itself?
Supposedly, the fabric is kind of indestructible also.
So this is an olefin product, which means nylon, and so you cannot stain it. And how you clean this chair is you take it outside and you power wash it with bleach. So I mean, they are literally indestructible. They are. We've had these products in some of our buildings, and they literally have been here for decades.
And maybe once these are moved back into the tavern, we could put at least 2 of them, if not all 4 of them, at one of the booths, maybe the front booth, right inside the garden area, so you could try them there too and see what you like. We haven't even looked at colors yet. We know we want to get something bright and cheery and of the fabrics, the wood, fake wood, whatever. Linda and I didn't even know they came in different colors, and Brant just told us that a few days ago. You know, we thought we were looking at browns and blacks, but of course the table, I'm assuming we would not pick in bright colors also, but
No.
I'm not sure about that. We would have to pick coordinating colors because the carpet is not going to change. It will still be in the garden room. And I think there's going to be a long time on this too. I don't think we should expect them until close to the fall, late fall.
Early winter.
You tried those chairs on a carpet?
Yes.
Yes. Can they move?
Well, we've tried them on this kind of carpet. We tried them in the lobby of the north building. And they move. Okay, first of all, we tried the tavern ones with the slide on the back of it that are in the big room. We put one of those back in the garden room without the wheels on the back, and it didn't slide at all. But it's a different slide than this. This is just like a round ball. It's not even a ball, it's flat. And it slid on this kind of carpet. Not this kind, forget that. It slid on the carpet that was right outside the mailboxes in the north room. It's not the same kind of carpet as this, I don't think, because it's thinner, because we know there's wood that meets up with it. It's like an insert of carpet. And then we have the wood floors too. So these have not been put on the actual carpeting that they would slide on yet. But when they leave, we left.
We took that little one back into the garden room.
Yes, we did. Linda and I on our own took that one back and slid in. Just one. We did do that. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. We could slide it. It wasn't real easy. She was easier than I was in doing it, maybe because I'm shorter.
But that's gonna be the problem. You got people in here that are quite elderly and don't have the strength to move that chair. That chair will not move. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, it needs for people to try it other than just us, and to say it won't move is not good until we all can try it and see if it moves. It's one reason that this should not even be a consideration, in my opinion, because there's no arm to pull. But there was nothing in this line of furniture that had the wheels on all four legs. So this is what we had to select from here.
All right.
You have two more questions, Joe?
Is there you're saying there's 4 chairs and we should pick one. Do you have a fifth choice? None?
We were lucky they would make these and send these to us. And for the other selections that we looked at, they were more like a fancier actual dining room chair. Now, this was the most casual looks we could get fit for a pub area.
Lost this one too. Lost the one I dropped.
Isn't it better to look for one that really works instead of it's for dining room or tavern or whatever?
You're up, because this is dead.
Dead. Oh, I'm not dead. We'll let Bran answer that anyway.
So, you know, right now, all I want you to focus on is the style and the comfort. Don't worry about the legs yet. There are options on the legs, but let's not worry about that yet. Let's just look at style and comfort, and then we'll address the legs. You know, we just like you may or may not recall, just like the chairs that were in the dining room, none of those came with casters. That was all added after the fact. And so it is true that the manufacturer does not offer rear wheels. That is not to say that rear wheels cannot be mounted. So let's not worry about that quite yet. Let's just worry about which one is most comfortable and which style do you like best. And then we'll figure out how to solve the wheel and the slidability issue once we settle in on a chair.
What about the chairs around the fireplace?
What about them?
We're going to change those?
We are not. Yeah, so this is just a table and chair replacement because they were pretty old and they were getting really nasty looking.
Brad, is there any chance that we could see a table? Is it going to be round? I mean, and are you going to replace all the tables in the garden room?
So we haven't decided that in terms of what that configuration looks like. We are also replacing all the outdoor furniture that runs from the back of the south building to the back of the north building to include all of the breezeway. So we're replacing all those tables and chairs with a different product that we have selected. We did a mixture of square and round tables so that we have the ability to pull some of those square tables together and create dining venues for 6 or 8. And so we have just not gotten to whether we're going to go with square, rectangle, round, 42-inch, 36-inch. We've not made those decisions yet.
Judy?
All the tables are going to be replaced, aren't they?
Yes.
Because the ones in the garden room are looking just as bad as the ones in
Yes.
the front.
Yes. Yes, all the tables are being replaced.
Grant, is this coming out of the capital budget? Or?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not going to come out of our monthly rent?
Well, everything comes out of your monthly rent. but yes, this is a capital expenditure approved for 2021.
Yay.
All right. So, any idea who's leading in the vote?
I haven't looked at it for 2 days, but it was kind of between this one and the one on both ends.
Okay.
They were the two that seemed to be ahead so far. There are 2 and 3, I believe, were their numbers, or B and C.
B and C. All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
3 more quick announcements, and Tom Doctor, is he here today? Where's Tom? Tom had a great idea last week. Why don't you just turn off all the heaters, open up the pool, and see if that won't get us by. Thank you for that suggestion. We did just that. People are back using the pool. It's not ideal circumstances, but it seems to be working well. We still do not have a date on when that thermostat is going to be back in stock. We are on the waiting list, and so as soon as the parts are available, we will get that resolved.
Thanks for listening to Tom.
Yeah, that was a great idea. Thank you, Tom.
That was the first time in 68 years that anybody ever listened.
Well, thank you for that honor. Doors, just up. Yeah, John.
Why are the fitness classes canceled?
In the pool. Well, D is sick this week, so.
D is sick this week. So the Aquasize classes were canceled. D was out ill.
Are you aware that 2 or 3 of us are already improvising and running the classes by ourselves right now?
I didn't know that. That's great to know. Just let us know how we can support you. I appreciate you stepping up.
How about the jacuzzi? Is it going to be hot again?
No, not until we get the air back. Doors. You may have noticed, North Building residents, the mid-wing S door is being replaced as we speak. I went down to look at it before I came over just to confirm with my eyes, and it's shutting nicely, and that's going well. They are moving on to the 2 doors in the M wing that the hydraulic closures are just completely shot. And so that will be finished this week as well. And then Christine asked me to remind everyone, another estate sale. It is in A101. It is tomorrow from 9 to 12:30. That's A101. Bring your checkbook. Cash. Bring your cash. Okay. So, all right, that's everything I have. We'll open it up for any questions that you might have. And I've got Tom out here circulating with a microphone, and Bobby is circulating with the microphone. Bobby is not circulating
with a request
with the microphone. Here we go.
I don't have a question. I have a statement. Many of you are seasoned travelers and seasoned cruisers, and this is a lovely picture that she found promoting cruising, but I want to assure you, we are not promoting a Carnival cruise. We would not do that to you. It's a celebrity cruise, and the information flyers on it will be going into your mailboxes later this afternoon.
So I found that. So don't blame Tiffany.
Okay.
And
we are not going on a Carnival ship.
How do you know that's a Carnival?
Because it's got a red fan tail, like a whale tail.
Who knew?
Me.
Okay. Thank you. See, I learn something every week. We got, all right.
What's going on with the TV? The TV.
You have any updates? Yeah. Still no updates on the TV. Touchtown is the vendor. They have a third-party provider who supplies them with all of their DVD capabilities, and there is a snafu in that link, and they are working around the clock. It's affecting every single Touchtown unit across the country, so we're not alone. I know that doesn't bring much comfort, but it's literally a national issue that has not yet been fully rectified.
And every meeting can be found on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And Tiffany reminds you that every meeting, even though we're not able to broadcast it, every meeting is recorded and available on YouTube. So if you still want to be able to catch it and make sure you're not missing something, you can tune into YouTube to do that. Don first and then back. Yes, sir.
I have two subjects. One is that bring me up to date on where we stand on the recirculation pump. I'm on the 5th floor, and I ran it for 20 minutes and never did get hot water. So that's one of my questions. My other question is do we have all the building permits now for the town hall? And are we July 15th still on schedule for preparation of the site?
Okay. So on the first question is the circulation pump that was scheduled to go in last Thursday. They did show up. They showed up with a circulation pump that was the wrong size. And so that was reordered. They have promised us an early installation this week. And so I don't know if that's going to happen today, tomorrow, or even Thursday. But that is the update, and we should have that. We're pretty confident that that will be completed today, tomorrow, Thursday. And then on the update on the building permits, the building permits have not been released yet. That makes me a little nervous. They have not at this date pushed back the start date, but I don't see how that possibly is not going to get pushed back. If they were to issue the building permits today, they need 30 days. And so it's at least an August 1st start date for the construction. And that's if they release the permits today. There is no indication, I attend those weekly meetings, there is no indication to me that the city is ready to release those building permits. They have them, there's correspondence, there's an exchange of information going on between the architects, the engineers, and the city, but we do not yet currently have a building permit and had expected them this first week of July.
Do you know what the holdup is?
No.
I'm familiar with doing that in Virginia in my other life, and there they would at least tell you, well, the water system or the this or the that is what's wrong.
So I think they're at this, and that's part of my thinking on this is they have not come back and said, okay, it's your electrical or it's your plumbing plan or it's your HVAC plan. They haven't done that. Their questions are all over the field, and they're looking at all the trades. So that at least tells me that they're still in the general review process, and they haven't even gotten to the list of objections that we're going to have to respond to. So I just think, I sort of warned early on. They thought because of their connections in the city and the size of this project that they would be able to get a building permit much quicker than normal. That had not been our experience in dealing with the city building department, and so I just I don't think we're that close to getting a building permit. I don't have a date, but I'm not getting the sense that we're close.
What if we aren't able to start before January? Are our funds still going to be committed?
Yes, but it's not going to be a January start. I mean, it may be end of August, middle of September start, but it's not going to push
You're
to.
very optimistic.
I am 100% confident it's not going to push into next year. That will be under construction before this fall. I'm convinced of it, because just as I know that the city has not in the past been able to turn around a building permit in 30 days, I also know that the city does not take 90 days. And so the question is it going to be 60 days or is it going to be 90 days? Because we now are coming up on 30 days and we know that's not going to work.
Brad, have any contracts been let? Do you know?
So the contract has been let. It's the White's Company out of Des Moines, Iowa, and they were the original founders of LCS 45 years ago, and Mr. White broke off and founded LCS, and White's family stayed in construction. They're a national builder. They've built a tremendous amount of healthcare and CCRCs throughout the country. Very well established. One of the largest builders in America. What else? All right.
I just have a question. You say, Tiffany, that you can get on YouTube. How do you do that?
Probably the easiest thing for me to do is that I can send you just an email link, and then you can save it on your computer, and then you can always go back and look at previous YouTube videos that we have. So if you just give me a call, I can send you an email right in front of you, and you can just follow it from your iPad or your computer from your email. So that's going to be the easiest way to do it. I have residents that haven't been to Tuesday Talk in a year, and they always send me their email like Tuesday Talk, and then I just send it right over to them. So at least you'll be able to get that information if you are unable to attend a meeting, just like Friday at Forum.
All right, thank you.
I just go to YouTube and type in Regency Oaks, and you're there.
Exactly.
Yes, okay.
You just go to YouTube and type in Regency Oaks or Tuesday Talk, and it should be able to come up for you. But again, if you have any issues, I'll be more than happy to send you the link. That's the easiest way, because if you're out of town, you still want to be able to get the information.
I wonder how many followers I have.
I know, we should really see that. How many views and likes and comments. We'll have to review that one day. How many views do we get? Because I definitely know that a lot of our residents do enjoy it from their apartments if they have an appointment or Forum, or being able to watch that anytime that you want to. So that's great.
Just I want your help on this. My dog has 345 followers. So come on, help me out. I want more followers than my dog.
Please.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you turning out.